Hello guys, my name is HuntKill111 and today I will be playing League of Legends. Our team consists of Cassidy, Vladimir, Xin, Lux, and Warwick, me playing as Lux, versus Shen, Vladimir, Ryze, Caitlyn, and Amumu. So this game I just wanted basically to narrate how to play Lux, spellcaster type, and how to play her correctly, and to get a very high score. So I start off this game with boots of speed and 3 health potions. Now, the reason I do this, I'll tell you about in a bit, but I do this to have more mobilities to get in and out of bad situations. Unlike most champions, Lux isn't really a DPS type, and she is basically a harasser. So she can't do damage prolonged in games, but she's somewhat of a nuker and somewhat of a support champion. So her first ability, which is the little binding thing, it basically shoots out a sphere of light, and it binds enemies, 2 enemies. The first champion gets, the first enemy gets 100% damage, the second one gets 50% damage, and it binds them in place. The second spell basically throws out your wand, and it creates a shield at rank 1 it's about 65, and it shoots out a wand and it protects you from 65 damage. So the third ability, which I chose to pick out first, is basically it shoots a sphere of light, which can be maintained for 5 seconds, or you can select it to explode right away. And when it explodes, it basically creates sort of a debuff on all enemies it hits, and that activates your passive. And whenever you hit someone with a normal attack and they have your passive ability set, you deal extra bonus damage as magic damage. At rank 1, I believe it's around 30 damage, so it's not really that much, but you'll see in this video that I actually use it to my advantage. Now the last ability is basically a laser. It charges up for 2 seconds and shoots a laser, and has about a minute cooldown at rank 1. So here I see that I am up against Vladimir, who is also a sort of a spellcaster. Here I try to use my boots of mobility to activate my passive ability's magic damage that it does on Vladimir. So it's kind of it's a very good spell versus other spellcasters, because it gives them a debuff, which allows me to do extra damage on them. So see here, I'm already at Vladimir's almost at half health here, and I'm at full health with minimal mana loss. Now the bad thing about Lux is that she has a very low mana, and she consumes mana a lot, and I mean a lot. That's why I chose Clarity as my second summoner spell, and I chose Flash just to get out of sticky situations, because Lux isn't really that powerful of a champion as in absorbing damage. So here I basically shoot my beams, try to get more money so I can afford my build. So I was thinking of buying the cooldowns boots, but it kind of occurred to me that cooldowns don't really mean anything if you don't do enough damage. So I decided to go for Sorcerer's Shoes just because the magic penetration is incredibly important when you play as a spellcaster. So here I use my sphere, try to get all those debuff kills, and slowly attack that turret, while at the same time harassing Vladimir using my debuff, which does extra damage the first time I hit. So I'm already low on mana here, but I have Clarity, so I'm fine. I use it, try to get those kills, try to get some more money, and that's basically the point of the game. Now, for people who don't know this game, League of Legends, it's basically a free-to-play game, kind of like StarCraft 2, but except you only control 1 champion. But it's also fun, because every champion, there is about 50 plus champions, and they all have like different abilities, and sometimes good to play, and very fun sometimes too. So here I get ganked by Shen, so I run back a little bit. So Shen's not really smart, so he didn't use any of his abilities on me, so I just continually attack him just to lower his HP a bit, hopefully to get a kill. Here I use some of my spells, bind him, use my passive ability. Now he's already down to 200 health, so he's probably going to run away. Vladimir, meanwhile, decides to stay, so yeah, that's not really a smart choice of Vladimir. So here, I basically abuse my orb, which I throw out. After I orb, every single enemy that has a debuff, I just try to hit him at least once, so at least I do more damage, and I can easily clear the minion waves to allow me to go pound that turret even more. So I was wondering how you guys want me to explain my videos. If you want me to do a more in-depth, or you want me just to do the basics of each champion. And so far I don't really have all the champions, but I have a pretty decent sum. So here, I'm already at level 5, and my plan is that I will kill Vladimir before he gets to level 9. Knowing that at level 9 he's going to have the 3-second transfusion, which is incredible, does incredible damage, and heals him too. So the reason I wanted to do this was to make sure I didn't die quickly, and make sure that I got that first kill, which apparently no one else got. So I'm just keep on pounding away at the minions, and what I noticed is that Vladimir isn't healing, and he hasn't bought any new items. So as soon as I get the laser, and since my clarity is still on recharge, I decide to go back. So here I'll probably get the level 6. Or not. But when I get level 6, the main thing with Lux you want to do is get your ultimate, go back, get some mana, get them boots of sorcerer's boots so you can penetrate the magic resist, and basically use your laser and kill Vladimir. That's my plan right there. So I leveled up, used the remainder of my mana, get those last kills, and I just moved back so I can go and refill my mana, come back with the laser, and finish off Vladimir. So I do this while my minions are ahead, so that at least my minions will hold off until I get back to the turret. So I don't have any teleport or anything like that. So it'll take me some time, but with the boots it should be pretty fast. So here it kind of recommends me boots of those cooldown reduction boots, but I don't get those. Spellcaster's main thing is ability power, and actually the first thing that comes is magic penetration, then ability power. Because every spell, if you notice, look at the numbers, it actually does a lot of damage. But if you notice, you don't actually do the full amount of damage because the enemy has magic resist. Buying boots of sorcerer boots, I can completely. Already he has 36. He has 36 magic resist, so I half his magic resist, which gives me additional damage. And so yeah, this is the end of part 1. So I will continue narrating the second clip. Thank you for watching. So we are back, and I am here just commentating Lux, as I said in part 1, and how I was going to take down Vladimir now. So I continually harass him with all my abilities, and I don't really care about the minions attacking me, because I'll kill them up easily, and I'll just get some more gold. And Vladimir can't really hurt me right now, because all of my spells are long range, which allows me to do an orb, wait for it, and I kind of did that a bit early, but I continue attacking him. There I bind him, passive unlock, using my laser, and bam. First blood with 400 gold. And now I'm a bit low on health, so I decide to retreat, let my minions to finish up the work, and do a bit of harassment damage to the enemy tower, so I fall back here. And what I sometimes try to do while I'm recalling is I go look at other champions, but it's kind of hard because in this level of play I can't really concentrate on many things at once, so I can't really commentate on other people other than myself unless they send me a video. So here I buy some magic regeneration because I know I'll need it. So I'm trying to go for a Tear of Goddess, which increases my mana by 4 for every spell I use, which basically all my spells I can use without a target. So when I just go back to my spawning pool every time, I just use all my 3 abilities and get basically 12 more mana. So my build here is now I've got magic penetration. I was trying to get the Tear of the Goddess so I can just rack up my mana so I don't run out. And basically I'll be fine, and I won't even need my clarity. So clarity is just useless sometimes, but in the very beginning if I get first blood then it really counts for something. So here I'm harassing Vladimir again, and because of my level advantage right now, my passive does even more damage. And Vladimir is forced to run around here, but I do a couple more damage on him, but he sucks away some life from me. And basically that's it. So I continually start harassing the enemy, trying to bind them, and here I bind them, do a couple more damage, passive ability stacks up, another laser, which barely hits him. But he's got a passive on, so I thought I would push the turret and hopefully kill it. If not, at least I'll kill Vladimir. So here my mana's kind of running out, so here I just use my abilities, flash stun, bind, and passive get me the kill. So here I use a shield just in case someone tries to gank me, because I noticed that some people from the top or bottom lane is missing. And so yeah. And here I just go back, buy Tear of the Goddess, which I will use to buy that Archon. Here. Well, sorry. Here I just use my abilities here to get that 4+ maximum mana, and this stacks up to 1,000. So you'll see in the end that I buy another item that really gives me extra ability power for the maximum mana that I have. So here I'm running back, looking at what other players are doing, how Kassadin's having a bit of trouble here with Rise, and basically, yeah, I'm doing pretty well as Lux right now. So I got my 3 health potions, Tear of the Goddess, so I can now really use my abilities to the maximum and get as much gold and damage out as possible. So here's a little tip for Lux: when you reach about level 5, your sphere spell, which you throw down, can actually if you land it on those little minions which shoot little sorcerer minions, if you land the ball on them, it'll do about half damage, and your passive, you can one-shot them and get yourself a little bit of gold here. So from here, I think I showed off 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's already about 60 gold right there. So here I'm trying to use my long-range spells to bind him, run away, bind, run away, because I know that tower is going to shoot me eventually. So here I try to get Vladimir to engage me, but he doesn't want it because I killed him already twice. And he looks kind of pissed off. But the reason I'm doing so well against Vladimir is because he's my main, and I think I may think I'll cast another game of him later on. And I know all of his weaknesses, so as soon as he pools, he's got about, at rank 1, about 20 seconds before he can pool or again and be invulnerable. So at this time, he really is vulnerable to everything. So here I'm just using my sphere on those magic, what's it called, minions, one-shot them, bind Vladimir, passive him, use a shield just to scare him off, which also gives me some shields, so I thought maybe Vladimir would put up a fight with his ultimate, but he doesn't like to, so I just harass him a bit more, and this time he pools, so I know he's now vulnerable for 20 seconds. Unfortunately, I missed that sphere of binding thingy, and so I just run around trying to get those minion kills, harassing him with little orbs. So here I use Clarity, which actually helped me out a lot because I really use this mana to kill Vladimir now, along with killing that turret. So now I got enough minions to take out the turret successfully. So I take it out, and I already prepare my sphere for taking out Vladimir, which will slow him down. Use his passive, use my sphere of binding, which misses, and I notice I get ganked. So I just use my shield running forward. I shoot my shield forward just in case Shen uses any of his abilities on me. And this time I actually had a little panic because there were 2 champions, so I actually missed. But in the end, I almost killed them both. So, have you ever seen a Lux kill 2 champions? Probably not, but not at level 11 versus 2 champions. And here Kassadin actually helps me, and he takes out one of them, so I can actually have the power to, with him, we can take out Vladimir pretty easily. So here I try to support him, but he gets the kill. It's alright. Almost dead here. Rise tries to kill me. I quickly, and he does kill me. Here I was a bit too impatient, and I was a bit kind of nervous because I noticed that the 2 champions from top were missing, and I didn't really know what to do, but I thought Kassadin was there and he would kind of help me out here in case Rise came. But Rise is just like a nuking champion, so you can't really stop him once he starts nuking. He does about 500 to 700 at this point damage at once, plus his cooldown's reduced by 1 second each, so he can probably do around 800 damage to me, which was just enough to kill him.